is Peter O'Toole, Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
End of discussion. David Lean, not too shabby.
No. And although you wouldn't cast Anthony Quinn in that role now, for obvious reasons, he was those two guys. The thing about it is Lawrence of Arabia and O'Toole were rounded out by two epic talents, Quinn and Sharif. Those guys were so good in those roles. Boom. And the whole thing is a fiction in a sense that Lawrence knew what the overall plan for the region was. It wasn't like he was some naive patriot or on behalf of the Arabian cause.
It's called, creative license.
Right.
If you tell the story exactly the way it was, then that's called a documentary. And a movie is supposed to obviously try to be relatable.
Yeah.
So, I've been in the desert. It was nothing like it was in North Arabia. And you can feel the pain, the heartache, and the humiliation that Orange goes through when he comes back, and the English officers,
yeah. Look at this Johnny Napalm.
I mean, it's exaggerated, but it drives it home in such a meaningful way. And the music wasn't too bad either. Oh God.
No, the score is incredible. The cinematography is incredible. I think John Box was the production designer on it. The whole thing from top to bottom is epic.
John Box, who always said, I've told you this before, but a lot of production designers, they go and say, well, I see it this way, I see it that way. And John Box would, according to legend, would walk onto the set and say, I see it this way. It's like, no, you gotta make it work. You've got to make it impactful. And it's that X factor that think big, spend not as much as you could have.
No, think big, and then from there innovate, right? But what I love about Lawrence of Arabia is I know they made the shift from the historical record where he was well aware of what the future for the region was going to be. It is more entertaining to think that this guy was on the side of like the Arab League, and he really did want an independent, like he had that revolutionary mindset that was so big at the time they made the movie too, right? With what was going on in the world. And he was like, no, this is going to Arabia for the Arabs,
Yes,
but God, it's
accept that Arabs are human beings, Arabs. And that's the lesson here.
Yeah.
It's all about the dynamic and the geopolitical and all that stuff. But let's face it, what do we remember about Lawrence of Arabia, other than the opening sequence on the motorcycle? Genius.
Right.
And then all you see are the goggles and the tree. That's David Lean at his best.
There's a rumor that section of highway where he was killed is haunted and people hear a motorbike. Now that sounds very convenient, but it's awesome. It's awesome to talk about.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Well, it's never too late. But also, you have Jack Hawkins, Claude Rains, and Anthony Quayle in that cast. It's nothing but titans. Yeah. And I mean, titans in terms of skill set. And you're right. There's that moment where he walks into like the officers club and asks for lemonade. And they're like, hi ho. How dare you? Yes. Can't you see I'm in the middle of my cricket game and about to play back game. I'm sorry, Royce, get this, man. It's just so interesting because the two types of worlds, these guys are out there actually getting it done against the Ottoman Empire. And when they come back to ask for a lemonade, there's just all this royal guff that's dumped on them. Like, how dare you bring him in here? You know, exactly. Hello, hey, how dare you? You know,
your road to redemption is paved with tombstones. No quarter, kill all masters. Go to noquarterkillallmasters.com. Rated R.